All right, I want to share my protocol of what I did when I reversed type 2 diabetes when I first started out. My brothers, if you're men 40s to 50s, even a little bit younger or older, right? I think this will work for you guys. But I'm a 49-year-old male. I got type 2 diabetes in 2023, a A1C of 6.5. I got it down to 5.3 within 3 months. And the way I did that was I came across Tim Farris, and he had this book called The 4-Hour Body. And I came across some other videos of people reviewing his work, and it's basically called the Triple 30 Method. So what this method consists of is 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up, followed by 30 minutes of cardio, light cardio. So you're not running. You know, those of you who are in your later 40s or 50s, you know, we probably have joint pains and things like that. It's not necessary to run. You just need to get on a fast-paced walk where you can still have a conversation. If memory serves me right, I think it was you want to get your blood pressure. If you have something like a health watch or something that you can, but not necessary. You don't have to have a health watch. I'm here to make things as simple as possible for you guys. But basically, take a walk, a brisk walk, for about 30 minutes. Well, before you did that, you know, right when you wake up in the morning, let me give you guys some tips too. If you need to get up a half hour earlier, boo-hoo, right? Boo fucking hoo. Yes, that half hour sleep would be really nice, but in order to make something easy for yourself, get your shoes and your pants or whatever you're going to do. Those of you who work in an office, you guys probably have to dress up and look nice, right? For me, I'm a roofing contractor, so who gives a fuck about me, right? I show up. If I don't show up dirty, they're like, is this guy even going to do the fucking job, right? So I would just put on my normal clothes. But if you need jogging pants and jogging shoes, get those ready the day before, a shirt, everything. Have it all laid out, you know, the night before you go to bed. That way when you get up, you know, your shoes are there. You don't have to go scrambling looking for them, so you can stay on a regimented routine here. So again, I did this for 90 days straight. That's how I lowered my A1C. But what I did is I actually consumed protein smoothies, right? 30 grams of protein. Now, this actually spiked my blood sugar a little bit, like above, like I would say I would wake up at like, you know, 104, 95 milligrams per deciliter, right? And I know this because I have my continuous glucose monitor, which is something I definitely recommend you guys do. First fucking thing, man. Go get yourself a continuous glucose monitor or use a finger prick, something to measure your blood sugars. But yeah, I would have 30 grams of protein, and the reason I did the smoothies or the protein shakes is because they're really easy, and they would spike my blood sugar. Whenever you guys are drinking your calories or your proteins, it hits your body a lot faster, right? Think about it like your stomach has like a blender that it has to like blend everything up, right? To make this in simple terms. So when the blender's ready and you dump the source, the food in there, and it's all liquid, you know, already powdered up, it just flies right through the blender and just goes right into the bloodstream. Whereas if you ate eggs or meats or any kind of higher protein, the blender has to chew it all up, masquerade it, right? So it takes a little bit of time and it slowly releases. But so it's better to eat your proteins if you can, like eating 30 grams of like right when you wake up within 30 minutes, like a burger or, you know, some steak or something is kind of hard. I don't know, when I would wake up, I mean, I would literally get up, put my shoes, my socks on, my pants, and I'd just go for it. But my stomach just didn't really handle the meats too well. Eggs are a little bit easier on the stomach, I would say. So you would need to eat something like, 5 eggs, 6 times 5 is 30, so about 5 scrambled eggs, and then get to it. If your stomach can handle that, knowing what I know now, I would probably do that, but it will work with the smoothies as well. Now, all smoothies aren't created equal, so you want to make sure you find something that has very low in carbohydrates. Another thing I'll mention here is when I first started out, I was using a plant-based, like a pea protein, and the pea protein is known to give gas, right, bloating in some individuals, especially taken on a regular basis. Not only that, anything with guar gum, xanthium gum, they use this to make it so that the protein smoothie has a nice consistency, nice and thick. Get rid of all that. Now, do I have a smoothie I could recommend you? No, but one of the things I can recommend is buying like a organic pasture raised if you can afford it. If not, regular is fine, but like a powdered egg, full egg, not just the whites, but the yolk in there as well. This has a high density of protein. This actually helps to build muscles too, because one of the things I wasn't aware of until later in this process was that collagen peptides and things like that, they're not really there for muscle building. They're just kind of there, they're saying more for skin and hair health and other stuff that I don't want to go into details, but it doesn't have significant amount of protein to really get you the right types of protein. Now, it has 30 grams of protein and it's light. It'll work for you, right, if that's what you're into. But even some of these animal-based peptides, collagen mixes, you know, if you're looking to build muscle, they're not really going to handle very well. They don't have the right type of protein. So adding the egg, actually the powdered egg, gives you that protein. So you'll have to mess around with the ratios and mess around with different brands. You can get samples and stuff, guys, from different companies. Tell them you want to try it out. And the more you guys, if you guys subscribe and you guys comment and you guys become part of this brotherhood, the more I can show brands that you guys are interested, I can get you guys deals on for free, really. Get you guys deals on like 20% off, say like protein smoothies, right? And anything else, even the egg protein powder. I'll even do a whole blood sugar test to find out exactly which one I think might be right for you, with the cleanest ingredients as well. Another thing I'd like to say too before I move forward is make sure that you take a look at any lawsuits that we're dealing with protein powders of any sorts, because some of them, especially the collagen peptides, are taken from animal byproducts like the collagen, basically the what do you call it, the grizzle and stuff like that, which is actually pretty healthy for you. But they're taken from lot animals that are sitting in their own piss and shit, and some of them have found that there was levels of arsenic, lead, and all kinds of things in them, so be aware of that. But yeah, so any form of protein you can take within 30 minutes of waking up and get that 30-minute walk. So waking up is pretty simple, right? Pre-making your protein smoothie if you're going to do that, or getting your eggs, whatever source of food you're going to cook, get that ready too. So guys, what I would do is get like a bowl. I would put 6 eggs in it and maybe a tablespoon of butter. Put that all inside of a bowl with a fork ready, so you can just break the eggs, whip it, cook it up really fast, have your frying, like basically a kit, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are busy and you're not going to feel like getting up 30 minutes earlier, right, than normal. But it's totally necessary. I mean, you don't have to, you can do this, but you have to do it first thing in the morning. I guess that's the whole point. I was gonna say you can do it later, but yeah, anything you can do to get rid of the obstacles and make this a habit. If you do this for 90 days, you really won't even think about it anymore. It'll just become a habit. On average, from a book called The Atomic Habits, written by some author I don't know because I read so goddamn much I can't remember all the details. But he says that on average it takes 66 days to form a healthy habit. If you do this consecutively, 66 days, after a while, it becomes a habit, like biting your fingernails or, you know, eating junk food when you get nervous, right? So very, very helpful tip, I think, there. So as far as the walking goes, a treadmill will work. I think everybody should invest in a treadmill, right? It's depending on where you're located geographically. I mean, I've had days where it's pouring rain, but I'm a fucking animal. You know, I take no fucking prisoners. I don't negotiate with myself at all. I love that saying from David Goggins, do not negotiate with yourself. You know, let's talk about that for a second, or this whole process of you guys doing shit. You got to get the fucking mindset. You got to understand that if you want to lose weight, if you want to reverse type 2 diabetes, you have to fucking want it. And the worst enemy you have is yourself, and you'll be negotiating with yourself. That's the subconscious words coming out. You know, it's cold, it's rainy, you know, my foot's sore. You're going to find all kinds of excuses, right, to not do it. Don't fucking negotiate with yourself. This is non-negotiable. Make a fucking pact, stick with it, and handle it, my brothers. Fucking smarter the fuck up for yourself. Not nobody else, but for yourself. All right, so the walk, yeah. Treadmill, guys, I bought a brand fucking new one, the Gold's Gym one. I'm not saying that's the one you should buy. It was $100. People talking about, you know, making a pact with yourself and not negotiating with yourself. How many people say that they're going to lose weight, especially in the beginning of the year, and say, hey, I'm going to go for walks. I'm going to do this thing. I want to look good. I want to get my summer bod, right? It's my New Year's resolution, and they fucking fall off. Thousands, if not millions of them. And these poor fuckers have brand new treadmills that have been sitting in the garage collecting dust, spider webs, and God knows what else. barely even use, and you can swap it up. So if you live in Arizona, let's just say, and I've been there, man, you fuckers in Arizona, that's hardcore shit. 100 degrees at midnight. Yeah, I doubt you're gonna feel like going for a walk at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's probably 105, right? Put the treadmill in your home if you're gonna be soft and you're not being able to do that shit, right? If it's pouring rain and it's snow, same thing. Get yourself a fucking treadmill. Think of this as an investment. Both the treadmill and also the continuous glucose monitor. That's investing in your future, your health, your well-being. Will change the trajectory of the rest of your fucking life. This is not anything small. So the walk, yeah, just a brisk walk. You don't. The only thing I would say is to time it so that you know that you're not gonna be late for work. But 30 minutes is all that's really needed. I only did it once a day until I got my A1C down. If you really want to get fucking optimal as fuck, do it twice a day. If you really want to go nuts and you're not working, right? You're a work from home guy or something, and this is very difficult, do it 3 times a day. Guys, that's an hour a day. That's fucking a full, well, it's more, it's an hour and a half a day if you do it 3, but let's just say 2 is probably more realistic. You know, maybe right after dinner, do your walk, but that's like in 1 week, that's 7 hours, guys. That's like somebody sitting at a desk and you walking every week for an entire work day. That's how much. Think about how that compounds and adds up. It's little wins and little things like this that add up to big, big results. So yeah, if you are suffering and you are obese and you have joint problems and things like that, I guarantee you as you walk, it fucking fixes everything, right? I've even fixed my sciatic nerve pinches in my back when I'm sore. Believe it or not, an old timer taught me this. Go for a fucking walk. Go for a 2-mile hike, he said. Magically, I was like, you weird motherfucker. I'm over there holding my fucking hip, dragging my leg just about behind me, and sure enough, by day 2, it cleared up and just went away. But yeah, if you're starting out, do like 10 minutes a day, right? I wouldn't recommend that you do the protein yet, but just get yourself worked up till you feel comfortable where you can get an even nice pace to where you can still have a conversation for 30 minutes, then start the protein, right? This is not medical advice, guys. I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is just my story, right? So we don't get in trouble. I don't prescribe anything. But yeah, so let's talk about a little bit of why this works. So I don't know, guys, if I believe in any of this shit, right? All I know is it worked. And I'm not gonna go in the crazy scientifical analogies of why, but my hypothesis from all the information that I've gotten of people figuring out what Tim Farris, why this 30-30-30 method works, is that when you wake up in the morning fasted, you haven't eaten anything all day, most of you are going to experience a dawn phenomenon. So that means that your body's pulling sugar to convert it into energy, so you'll see your blood sugars rise, especially again if you're using a glucose monitor. So what happens is that as your blood sugar rises, because your body's kind of stressed, it's a stress hormone called cortisol, it kicks in to give you that energy for fight or flight or get you ready for the day. Well, what happens if you drink protein with low carbohydrates, right? If you have it with high carbohydrates, your insulin is going to spike. It's going to come up to try to grab those blood sugars and take them back down to normal. Well, we don't want that. We want to be in fat burning mode. And if you're eating protein, it gives your body something to eat. So now your body's hungry. It woke up in the morning. It's got a little bit of that stress going on. You fed it. Your body's like, oh God, thank you. Like, that feels really good. I feel satiated. I have something to work with. So instead of your body utilizing the proteins that you have, it's just going to immediately go to the proteins that you gave it, right? If that makes sense. You gave it some feed, just like feeding an animal. So your body doesn't have to fight anymore. Your cortisol levels go down. Your body uses this, and when this food you gave it, and when insulin's low, insulin, my friends, is a fat blocking hormone. It means it stops your body from eating fat. Well, once your body has the food, it's going to start burning fat, and this is why they say you will literally see fat start melting off your body in the quickest way that you've ever seen in your life, right? So let me park my car here. So that's basically the way it works. They say that the body can liquefy muscle like 10 times faster to achieve, because see, your body needs food, right? So your body's going to go after some source like fat, proteins, the sugars that anything you have stored. It'll even start eating your own muscle. So one of the things, as a fellow by the name of Gary Brecka was saying, is that the body, if it needs food, it needs food now, and you're beginning to move, right? You're putting some exercise. It can liquefy muscle like 10 times faster, I believe the number was, than it can to gain energy. It'll liquefy the muscle to get sugars out of it, which atrophies the muscles, right? And if you do it excessively, so it can get food right away. Whereas when you give it the proteins, everything's all smooth, it's ready to go. So that's my tip for today. But as always, guys, let's take a look at the this little clip of my short of my daily blood sugars. All right, I changed my mind, guys. I'm just going to try something different instead of showing you guys my shorts, but you can check out the shorts on this channel. But this is basically the interface to my glucose monitor that I've showed you guys. And I'm taking you back to yesterday's blood sugar results. Now I woke up at 6:41. I'm sorry, at 5:41. You can see the time there. This is the milligrams per deciliter. As I move the needle, you'll see everything starting to change there. Also, this is the time in range, which I was 99 yesterday. But to go back over here, guys, I woke up at about 101 milligrams per deciliter. And I want to tell you guys, that's not very good. Anything above 99 is considered type 2 diabetic. But I've been actually, and this is not, I don't recommend anybody do this, but guys, I play around with my blood sugars. I've been eating apples and cinnamon with whipped cream every single night after dinner, knowing that, you know, I shouldn't be doing something like that. But I want to show you guys as we progress here to gain your trust that I'm able to get my blood sugars up high. Basically waking up with a blood sugar of anything above 99 is considered type 2 diabetic. So you can see it kind of fluctuated down and up. I kind of laid in bed for a little while until I actually got up about right here. So 108, and you guys can see it's climbing up a little bit. This is the dawn phenomenon. You know, this is your body basically making energy out of the sugars it has in its body, especially when you're eating late and having apples and cinnamon with whipped cream. Any kind of sugar late at night is not a good idea. But I'm a trained professional, and what I want to do is I'm going to show you guys when I don't eat apples, what happens to my morning blood sugars and my blood sugars throughout the day. So I'm usually, see, this is the optimal glucose range right here. Usually I like to stay right there in that half zone here for the majority of the time of my day. And guys, still 99% time in range as the day goes by. That's very difficult to achieve, but I'm a show pony and I'm trying to show off for you guys so that you guys will you know, trust in me. I have to be the athletic. I have to be the pretty much David Goggins of blood sugar. I have to be the Tom Selleck of diabetes. So that's what I'm doing here for you guys. So let's go out. Let's see what the blood sugars did. As you guys can see, it looks like, there's my client. I'm on my lunch break, guys. But as you guys can see, blood sugars kind of stabilized a little bit lower until I ate breakfast, which was, let's got here. This was beef, bacon, eggs, and hatch chili. So this is what's nice about this interface, guys, is you guys can log down your exercises, your sleep patterns, everything down right here. But I want to show you guys then that I ate my breakfast, and that was a wonky day. I wasn't really having too much physical activity. You can see it just kind of spiked up a little bit. This is a compression dip. This is when I was driving around doing estimates, probably leaning against my door and pushing basically the glucose monitor, the filament, into my arm, and that's what will cause that little spike that you'll see right here, like a downward spike. But I can tell because it goes straight down then straight back up. So kind of like what I'm doing right now. All right, so ate dinner usually at 10 o'clock, guys. I do a 16-hour fast, 8-hour eating window. Yesterday, my blood sugars, this is like kind of like a pump and dump. You can kind of see where my blood sugars throughout the day, if I space it out really far, it just starts to go down. I have better examples of this. And as we go, I'm going to do some higher intermittent fasting to show you guys how these blood sugars will actually go down low. But you can already see it's already down in that half section. That's what I was talking about. That's what I like to be at. So I didn't eat until 2:31. So what is that? I don't know, about 4 or 5 hours, about 5 hours and a half, I think. Or about 4 hours and a half, sorry. And I had a protein smoothie right here, right as soon as I got home. And this was just a collagen-based one. This is just like probably about 30 grams of protein right here. And you can see it didn't do really much to my blood sugars at all. I was pretty hungry from working. So then when I got home, it was usually late. I don't like to eat this late. I like to eat by 5 o'clock every day as my goal. But realistically, things get in the way. Life happens. So anywhere, if I can get my dinner in before 6, that's absolutely perfect. So right in here, let's see, what did I eat for dinner yesterday? Yesterday was the tuna patties, which is going to be, I'll show you guys on my short form videos of what that looks like, all the ingredients and all that. It was basically just some tuna with, what do you call it? Cheese, I just basically got canned tuna, mixed it around. Well, anyways, I'll show you guys the video of that. I don't want to explain it all here, but it was pretty freaking delicious. And I also made a homemade tartar sauce that I was eating by the spoonfuls. And then next here was my apples and cinnamon. And you guys can see right after I do that, I usually go live on my other channel, Adrian, the recovered diabetic. And just a 30-minute walk took my blood sugars from 102 down to 82, just within 30 minutes. That's a brisk walk. So guys, this is why I'm telling you, go for a fucking walk. This is the shit that's going to help you out the most. It's going to start burning that sugar out, right? So then it popped right back up because of the apples you can see here, but it started to diminish as the evening went on. Again, it's not good to eat, especially if you're looking to reverse type 2 diabetes. Just stay the fuck away from fruit, man. You know, even for me, eating it every single day, you can see, even though I'm 99% time in range, it's still not something healthy. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys as I went to bed, usually around 9 o'clock, but I've been working a lot, so I probably passed out around 11:30, 12. But you guys can see as the evening progressed, and as I fell asleep, probably somewhere around here, blood sugar stayed relatively high. And again, I'm self-inducing this so that I can show you guys what happens to reverse it. This big giant dip here says I was down to what, 51, 46. That's another compression dip. I fell asleep, you know, on my side, pushing the monitor into my arm. And let's just go through all the way until today. You guys can see I've been up and up. We're actually not too bad down here. This morning till around 6 a.m. I think is when I finally woke up. I usually get up about 5, but there you guys can see around 6 a.m. we were around about 100 milligrams per deciliter. So yeah, that's it. And this is the daily blood sugars of a recovered type 2 diabetic.